Ladies and gentlemen, she is taking talk shows to another level. She will inform, inspire, educate, and entertain you. And she is funny. It's Ayesha on the A Show.
It's time for the A Show. I am Ayesha, your host for the A Show. The show that informs you, inspires you, educates you, and yes, entertains you. This evening I'm profiling Mrs. Abiola Bawah. She's the West African CEO, Group CEO for UBA. I love this woman because she inspires me. She's strong, very determined, and very resilient. She was birthed out of two illiterate parents who did not believe in the girl-child education. They felt that empowering the young girl through education was a waste of time and money. She was very resilient and persistent. She didn't see why she should not acquire knowledge. And so, with persistence, she is now a success story. A success story that we all tap into. I'm here to profile her. I'm here to find out today what makes her thick and how she's been able to achieve this success story and still growing stronger. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll start talking with Mrs. Abiola Bawah. We'll be right back.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Akwaaba is the feeling of joy when you know you are home, where you sleep in luxury and comfort, and wake up to the breeze of the Atlantic Ocean. Akwaaba to Labadi Beach Hotel, where the food is fresh and the smiles are genuine. Now you know you are home. Ghana's finest 5-star hotel, Labadi Beach Hotel. The legacy lives on.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, you are watching the A Show. And yes, I'm your girl Ayesha. It's another beautiful day, evening for that matter, and I'm excited to be invading your space. I'm talking to a beautiful soul, a beautiful woman, and a very inspiring woman. And I'm excited that she, because she's very busy, that she gave her time to actually, have a conversation with us, because that's what we're going to be doing. To just get to know her some more and to know what's moving forward she's all about. Some of you probably might have heard her story. If you haven't, it will be the first time you are hearing from Mrs. Abiola Bawah. She's my guest for today's profiling. Mrs. Bawah.
Yes, ma'am.
It is such an honor to have you on the A Show.
Thank you. Thank you for even giving me the opportunity to share my story.
Oh, goodness. She has a story to say and to share, trust me. And if it's you probably might have heard her name, because this name now is a household name. To God be the glory. That's, because if you know where she's coming from, if I say what I'm saying, you probably will understand. But I'm not going to take anything away from you, because, hey, she's here herself to share herself with us and to impact on us. Mrs. Bawah.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, welcome on the A Show.
Thank you.
Mrs. Abiola Bawah. It's your name. Who are you?
Oh. Who am I?
Yes.
I'm a woman.
I know.
First and foremost, I'm an African.
A good one like that.
I'm a mother.
That's right.
But I'm also a banker. A small girl in the banking world. Yes.
She's a big woman. She's a big woman. If you missed my introduction, well, she's telling you who she is. So just listen to her.
I was born Marufatu Abiola Tijani.
That's right.
And I'm married to Mr. Joseph Bawah. We have 3 kids. I work with UBA, currently as the regional CEO for UBA. I manage 6 countries.
That's
I
right.
do Ghana, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and then I do Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and then Burkina Faso. Like I said, I have 3 kids, 1 boy, 2 girls. I am a Christian, and above all, I love my God.
Oh, did you hear that?
I
She
love my
said
God.
that she loves her God. This is a woman that's in the midst of all the challenges. She has been very, very resilient. Resilience is the word, because she's a strong woman. She's an epitome of a strong woman, and I can't sit here and say that I haven't experienced her. That would be so unfair. And so I need to just let it out that I've indeed experienced her, and I think that seeing her on set and also experiencing her one-on-one, it's amazing, and I don't even know how she does it, because Abiola, you've had so many success stories. And yet you're so humble. So humble, it's humbling. Why? And how have you been able to, still keep this?
I think there's
part
a
of
principle I learned in life that, for me, keeps me grounded.
Okay.
I believe I'm a trustee.
Okay.
God, in his own infinite judgment, you will realize that it's not about who is the firstborn.
That's right.
It's not about timing.
No way.
So we human beings, he said his ways are different from our ways. So I see whatever I have achieved as grace, as his an unwarranted grace. And then I always look at myself every time I pinch myself to say, look, Abiola, remember you're a trustee. So whatever I'm holding today, I'm holding it in trust for the girl child. So it's not about because you are special, because you have more. Well, there are people who are more special than you. There are people who are more learned than you. There are people who are more beautiful than you. So, and then I also want to tell myself that no, don't be too happy about it. You still have a lot of ways ahead of you. So I'm not going to jump too high and say I feel too special. No. I thank God for where I am, but there's a long way ahead of me.
She thanked God for where she is. But she believes that there's a long way ahead of her.
Yeah.
From a very humble beginning. This beautiful woman came into this world, fell into the hands of 2 illiterate parents who did not believe in the education of the girl child. So far as they were concerned, her place was in the kitchen. The men and the boys came first. She said, no, I am not going to be kicked to the kitchen. I would learn what they do in the kitchen. But God has given me wisdom. He has given me knowledge. And so I'm going to follow them to school and acquire knowledge. Resilience is the word. She did pursue that. Abiola, why am I speaking and telling your story? Oh yeah, let's hear your own story now. Because for me, your story is very, very inspiring.
Yeah.
And I always say that, I engage people, but when I find somebody who selflessly gives herself to share and to impact on people, I find it so beautiful, because a lot of people have something to share, but they keep it all in. But your story is supposed to inform young women, especially, and those that find themselves in the same situation that you found, because it is still here.
Sure.
50 years down the line, we still have parents who still don't believe that their children, especially their girl children, can still go to school. A little bit of your journey with us.
Yeah. Before I go there, I think that I want to share my story as a testimony.
Thank you.
To the goodness of God.
Amen.
And to also encourage every girl out there. I don't know if you've read my book. It tells you from beginning to end. It is not about rubbing it in.
No.
But it's purely about letting you know that no matter where you are on this journey, it is well.
It is well.
You fall 10 times, you get up 10 times, and you keep moving. Never stop. So my story is to encourage everybody out there. Call a woman. Whether you are a student, you are a worker, you are a married woman, or indeed you are facing some obstacle. So I always encourage women to read it, that it is never too late. No matter where you find yourself on that ladder, you should be able to relate to my story. So I will quickly go into my story.
I'm all ears, waiting.
I was born and bred by Mr. and Mrs. Tijani. My mom was a petty trader. I met, as far as my memory takes me back, she was a petty trader. She was selling food.
Okay.
I mean, those who carry food on their heads. And my dad was a organizer. It's not their fault. They were never educated. My mom would tell you, look, I stepped in class only one day and I stopped and I'm where I am. And to her, she has achieved.
She's achieved.
Oh yeah, she has very, very much achieved. So there was no room or there was no space for education. We were 5. There were 4 boys and myself. And so when it was time, even the boys, it wasn't like nobody expected you to go to school and become anything else. It's just basic education.
That's right.
And then you know how to count money. And then you do what they call, those money changers at the border?
Yes.
At their flower border?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what.
So that's what you have to go to school for.
That's what people go to school for.
Oh Lord.
What else? Or you become a tailor, or maybe organizer. And the most educated, in fact, the most celebrated, educated man in our community,
in your community,
was a messenger.
Messenger. Imagine.
And that was the reference point in the village, or not the village, in the community.
So your highest.
That was the highest. Every morning, my mother would call me. I would come and look at the Johnson.
So
Mr.
Johnson,
dressed in khaki top, khaki down, in his canvas. And he's moving, looking smart. And then my mom would be like, "Wow, see how smart Mr. Johnson is."
Oh, mercy.
Abby, you know what? If you continue your school, you'll be as smart as this man.
Aye.
So for her, that was the highest,
It.
trademark. But we thank God for how far. His ways are different from ours. So I managed to go to school. In fact, at a point in time, there was a lot of pressure on my parents to keep me out of school because my mom had a shop. So why wouldn't I go and help my mom like other girls? So there was a lot of pressure on my parents.
Wow.
But Jehovah being good, my dad kept asking me, so Abby, do you really want to go to school? I remember when I finished common entrance, I didn't even know how my school was picked. That's the truth. It was my teachers who decided to pick my school, and I was second highest.
Second highest,
yes.
Imagine.
And I didn't even know.
You didn't know even your school.
I did not know what it meant. All I knew was that I wrote common entrance.
And you passed.
I was supposed to go back and help my mother. I had already agreed to that. Then, his ways again.
Yes.
I decided to follow my daddy to bring back my siblings, my younger ones, to school. So it was when we got to Datus that they were sprinkling powder on me and they were celebrating. And my father said, "What is this?
What is going on?"
I said, "Don't know, your daughter has passed common entrance." So Ayesha, that's how I found myself in school.
In Achimota
school.
Yes.
Even in Achimota school, I wasn't sure I really wanted to move on. But I had two friends
that you had to join your mom.
I mean, we are traders. What else do you expect? In fact, people used to ask me, "Abiola, so you are going to this school, you are still putting on skirt and blouse. What's wrong with you? You won't get a husband, though."
Aye.
Because by 16 years, you
should be married.
And secondly, even when you go to school, is it not the same shop you come to? So why don't you just come?
Just go ahead.
Just go ahead. So one way or the other, it was in my system.
Okay.
But I had friends whose mothers
were more,
just had that keen interest in that girl. Nobody ever visited me. My mom doesn't know the school. My dad didn't know the school. So it was a bit rough, but those women were interested. There were quite a number of friends, mom, who were showing interest. When they bring their children food, they will make sure they pack enough for me also to have some.
That's right.
So I think those were the women that
impacted.
They really impacted me positively, and I seriously think that I owe them that gratitude. Yeah. And I stayed in school, finished my O-level. My dad asked me again, "So what's your plan?" I said, "Well, he should let me wait for my report." My results came.
Your results.
I came back to sixth form, and of course, he himself knows that the levels are no longer the same. So I did my A-level and I had to go back to university. But I must say that throughout my secondary school, I had to trade. I had to sell sweets chewing gums to pay my school fees and pay my siblings' school fees. Yeah.
So your parents had no idea even where your school was situated.
They didn't have idea about even school fees.
Even school fees.
No.
So you are in Achimoto school, a very prestigious school.
Very prestigious.
Very prestigious school for that matter. And I mean, thank God for your friends and their parents, their mothers especially, who helped you to even feel comfortable. And you had to trade to take care of yourself and also support your other siblings. What's happened?
I don't know. Because you see, Form 2, I think it was Form 2 first term or Form 1 first term, my dad lost his job.
Oh, okay.
Or his business got a bit... so he told me, well, girl, there's nothing
to
again.
Continue the school.
So I said, okay. So I started buying these sweets, these toffees.
Yeah.
Then I'll sell it, pay my school fees, pay my siblings' school fees. And nobody knew. I was just in the school.
Just
I was
doing
just doing
that.
my things. And then later I introduced chewing gums. So in the dormitory, when doing light off, I was the people would be shopping. Oh yeah, I was the businesswoman. I didn't have time.
Imagine.
So I didn't really enjoy
your youth.
No, I
your
didn't.
Youthful days.
I was too serious minded.
You had to grow up.
I have to grow up. I have
Sooner
to
than
sit
you
in.
had.
Yes.
You
I have
had
to support my
anticipated,
mom. I have to support my dad, and all the kids. By God's grace, we are all educated. Very well educated.
God, we thank God for that. So at what point did Abiola realize that banking is for her?
That was later in life.
Okay.
It wasn't even... I never planned to. I didn't read banking. Remember, I read actuarial science in the university.
I was actually going to even go back to that. That's what were you reading in school?
I wanted to do accounting.
Accounting, okay.
But in
so they're both related.
Yes.
Okay.
I wanted to do accounting, so I did economics, maths, and French.
Okay.
At the A levels.
Okay.
So I chose accounting. But because I did maths A level, everybody thought, oh, that was a good course. You mean you did maths A level?
A level.
Why don't you go and read this actuarial science? So the university lecturer decided to put me in actuarial science. And I'm like, no, I don't know anything about it. And they convinced me that I should do it for the first year. If after the first year I didn't like it, then I should come back to accounting. Okay. But Ayesha, when I got in there, I mean, there was no going back. Okay. So I read actuarial science, which is more or less the mathematics of finance. And it's usually used mainly by the insurance company. So when I came back after the degree, I wanted to work with SNITs.
Okay.
One way or the other, so many reasons I wasn't taken. It was just one promise after another. So I decided I started my career from NADMO.
Okay.
National Disaster.
Yeah.
So from there, I went to work with a law firm as their investment officer. Okay. But then I improved on myself. I went to the stock exchange, did the stock exchange exam, and then became a broker.
Okay.
A broker. Then I was there. One thing led to another. And then I applied to the bank. And that's how my banking...
So that's how your banking journey started
in 2001.
So it wasn't planned?
It wasn't planned, no.
It wasn't that, you know what, I'm pursuing this course.
I actually lost my job in a brokerage firm.
Okay.
And
that took you to...
That took me to
the bank.
Yes. And that's where my faith also in God grew. Because why I lost my job was because I refused to bend my values.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching us, you are still on the A show. I am so engrossed in this conversation that we need to go for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
It's Ayesha on the A show.
Welcome back. You are still watching the A show, and I'm here with the beautiful, the inspiring, very, very inspiring, beautiful sister. This is Abiola. So, Abiola, before we went on the break, you were saying that you were sacked from your job, which happened to actually be a blessing in disguise.
Yes, it was.
Because that is actually what made you start your banking journey.
Yes.
Because you will not bend on your principles.
No, I won't.
That is very profound. The reason why I say that is because there are a lot of young women watching us today, and they are in a hurry to grow. They are in a hurry to get there. But it takes one step at a time to get to where one is destined to be. But I think that from what I see lately, most of these young women are just in a hurry to get there. They see you looking all beautiful, getting all these success stories, and they think that it happened
in a day.
Just in a day. That is why we're here, because I need people to understand that if you want to achieve, it's a journey, and nothing good comes easy. So you were not going to bend on your principles, and so you lost your job. What happened?
Ayesha,
because you are still taking care of your siblings.
Ayesha,
your parents can't be bothered.
Success is not an escalator.
Thank you.
It's full steps, you know. It's never easy. And so for the young girls that you just mentioned, my advice to every woman out there, every girl out there, is for you to have what we call self-awareness.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you have your self-awareness, how do you get your self-awareness?
Exactly.
You must have your values. And my values are different from yours.
Definitely. Definitely.
You must have your values, you must have your principles. Mine is unique. If you ask me to tell you, I'll tell you mine. By the time you write yours, when we compare, they are different.
They're different.
So know what your values are, because it helps you to set your boundaries. When you know what your values are, then you know what your interests.
Yes.
What are my interests? When you know what your interests are, then you check yourself and say, what are my temperaments?
That's right.
When you check what your temperaments are, then you look at what activities do I enjoy most? How do I enjoy it? Is it, am I a morning person? Am I an evening person? Do I like activity? When you check all that, then you ask yourself, so what's my mission? Where really am I going? I want to become the group managing director of UBA. That's my mission. That's my ultimate. So how do I get there?
That's right.
Means I have to work hard. Do you get it now?
That's right.
So you have now defined, then you find out what your skills are. What are your skills? What are your talents? When all these are put and you align them properly, success is guaranteed.
It's guaranteed.
So in the course of my journey, the principles along the line, sometimes they are talks.
Right.
Somebody will want to test that principle.
The principle.
But if you set it well in shape, then you will then have to decide, do you want somebody to break it?
Or not.
If the answer is no, and that means you losing your job, it's actually a step. It will be called losing, but it's actually a step to a higher ground. And that's what I found. I remember when that principle was tested, and I was home, and a check was brought to me, and the letter was that accompanied that check says, your job will no longer be required. I was like, okay, that's good. I collected a check, gave it to my younger brother, and said, go and cash that money and bring it. And I spread it that day. That money didn't sleep in my house.
Chai.
And that night, my husband was expecting me to be crying the whole night. And so the next day, when I woke up, he asked me, Abiola, come, sit down. What does it feel like to lose your job? And I'm like, why are you asking me that question? He said, like yesterday he was like
something else.
I said, but my father didn't take me to school because of him. Ayesha, this was in January. In March, I was in car bank.
That's right.
I did not know anybody in car bank. I just walked in. But if that man had not sacked me from his job,
you wouldn't have made that
I didn't even know I was worth working in a bank.
That's right. That's right.
And today I look back and I'm like, so if I had bent on these principles, this man would have taken all the glory.
Yes.
And that is not once, twice. I mean, I've gone through it so many times.
Yes.
But the principles are sharp.
Very, very
compass
sharp. I can see.
Is very sharp. So when I'm going off lane, it tells me no, come back onto the road.
Come back.
So once those things are well set out, you won't derail.
You won't derail.
No, you won't derail.
You won't derail.
Yeah.
You won't derail. So if you're watching us, Mrs. Bawah is teaching us something. It has worked for her, and she's sharing it with us because if we want to go by that, indeed, it's going to work for us as well.
Yes, it will.
You need to have your own principles, your own values, your own mission, But most importantly, they need to be yours, customized just for you alone.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you need to be able to stick by them. Highly, highly stick by them by using principles that works for you and only you. Very profound.
Thank you.
Very, very profound. So you went through Cowbank. I know that you did Standard Chartered.
I did
you
Zenith.
also did Zenith.
Yes. And
Before
I did UBA.
You did end up at
Yes.
UBA.
Yes.
And when you ended up at UBA, there was no stopping you. Because the story kept getting better and better and better. Because the principles are intact. Like you said, it is sharp. So from an assistant manager, you moved to become
the managing director.
the managing director of UBA Ghana. She wasn't okay with it too. She moved further. Now, 6 countries. Abiola Bawah, where are you going from here?
I thought I opened it by telling you that my ultimate
Your ultimate.
is the group managing
The
director.
group managing director.
Yes.
Which me, I can even see it.
Yeah.
I can see it's coming. But the thing is, it is beautiful
Yes.
that this journey started with such little beginnings. And this is where your story is. When you look back, you've already said to us that everything that you are today is by His grace. You're humbled by that. But it's not stopping you from achieving more success.
Yes.
How does this feel to be successful?
How does it feel? It feels good. With all humility,
That's
it
right.
feels good.
That's right.
Sometimes I look at it like I think people give me more glory than I actually deserve.
That's what you think?
Yes, sometimes I think so.
You've
I say,
earned
but
it.
I'm not yet successful.
But you've earned it.
I'm just on the road.
All right, but we see it already.
Yeah, people see it. Sometimes you feel
Exactly.
as if, yeah, am I that successful? No, I'm not sure. Because I still think that,
'Cause that's the
and I
drive.
feel humble.
That's right.
I feel great. I feel grateful to everybody. It actually encourages me too. Because it makes me feel that, hey, people are looking up to you. You can't fail. You can't fail my daughter. I can't fail my girls.
No.
I can't fail my children. I can't fail the girl child out there. So it keeps you in shape.
In shape.
Yes. So there are times you want to mess up and you are like, the
Don't be
camera
carried
may be
away.
on you.
That's
So
right.
it's good.
So
It
it
keeps
keeps
you
you in shape.
on track. But the most important thing is that it's never over until it's all over.
It's always over.
So if my legs, my body can still work, Ayesha, I'm striving forward.
Nice.
I'm stretching more.
Watch out. Watch out for this woman. she's the,
It's never over. It's never over.
watch out for her, honestly. And for those of us that, like I said, have experienced you personally, you are such, you are such an inspiration.
Thank you.
For some of us, and you give us the energy to want to do the best that we can, because we believe that we tap into your blessings, we
Thank
tap
you.
into your success
Thank you.
story.
Thank you.
And we know that it is possible.
Thank you.
if we are also focused.
Yes, please.
And so I'm happy that I'm so happy you're here, actually. I am. So yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
So,
Thank you. Thank you.
You are the group CEO
Thank
for
you.
6 countries.
Yes, please.
UBA.
Yes.
How has the role been for you so far?
Oh, I think it's challenging. I remember when I took over, I had 17 branches making losses
Wow.
in my region on the
Wow.
6 countries.
Wow.
Ayesha, I can tell you that today I'm left with 2, and I took it just in a year. I have people who didn't believe so much in themselves, and I sat down and I told them, no, this is how we are going. These are the rules. I can see this. And once you get your followers to see your vision, the rest of the job becomes a bit, the mountain becomes surmountable.
That's right.
So what I did was to help them to even know themselves.
That's right. That's right.
And let them know where the vision is. But this is how we'll get there. And so today I have a lot of my countries who are celebrating, they are aiming high. And by God's grace, I think we'll get there.
You're an inspiration. I think that wherever you're positioned, you need to just shine.
Yes.
And that's what I see see about you. And so that ultimate vision is in the pipeline.
Amen.
I think that you're just preparing yourself for it. And
Amen.
it will come to pass and we're going to
Amen.
celebrate it.
Amen.
Yes, we are really going to celebrate. I
Amen.
can't wait, actually.
You know, it's not about working your way there.
No.
Just keep doing what you know how to do.
Exactly.
But above all, you must bear that spirit of excellence. So that if it is a chair that they ask you to wipe, just shine it. So that if anybody asks, who wiped this? You say, it's Ayesha.
It's Ayesha.
And
You leave your mark on it.
Just leave your mark on it. And God has a way. Even if my boss does not recognize it, somebody, somewhere,
yes.
somehow
Oh, yes.
will see it and then promote you.
Oh.
Thank you.
I told you. She's a very strong woman, yes, and she's an inspiration. So as many that encounter her, I trust that if you didn't know her at all, by listening to her this evening, I believe strongly that she is really impacting on your life. And that is the essence of the A Show, to inform you, to inspire you, educate you, and at the end of the day, entertain you as well. Mrs. Bawah.
Thank you.
I know that this career woman, is it still a man's world, actually?
In a way,
From where you sit,
from where I sit, I think that we are on our way there.
we're on our way there.
But we are not there yet.
We're not there yet. We still have a long way to go.
Very
right?
long way.
Oh goodness.
But we've come also far.
We've come
yes,
far.
we have come far.
Great. So she is still in a man's world because she answered my question. So, and in all of this, she is a woman. A good one at that. Beautiful. Yes, she is. Wow, I went to SCJ. Blessed with 3 beautiful kids. She runs a home and she runs a big bank, UBA. 6 countries and counting. Mrs. Bawah, how do you do it?
Well, you know, women, we need like that self-awareness. We need to have it because naturally we are multitasked.
We are.
The men are not.
Oh no.
When I say this, they look at me.
It's true.
But the truth is that women are multitask. We just need to activate it.
That's right.
There is nothing magical about it. When I'm at work, I'm the regional CEO.
Yes.
And I wear the trouser.
You have to.
But when I'm at home, you hang that CEO boots.
Somewhere.
No, right outside your gate.
Okay.
And then you come in as
Mrs. Bawah.
Abiola. Or Mrs. Bawah. Or
That's
mommy.
Right. That's it.
So the time, I must say that it's not equally divided. If I had my own way, I would have done that. It's not equally divided. So I have solicited for support.
Support, you need
I have support from, I have a gentleman who helps me and I have a lady who helps me at home.
Okay.
What I try to do best is to make sure that they are not there for, they are not servants of the family, they are my helpers.
That's right.
So whatever I want done for the family is what they do.
It's what they do.
So I make sure that there's a big gap between them and the family. So if I have to travel, I make sure everything from what is in the fridge to what is not available, I know everything. I know what they'll eat in the evening. I know what they'll eat. If it's for 1 week, from breakfast to dinner,
You know it.
it's all prepared.
Merci.
So you don't get my workers interacting too much with my husband on, Daddy, we need money to do this. No.
It's taken care
So
of.
you can't talk about, I'm not doing my job at home.
That's
no.
right. That's
I make sure that side. If there's anything you need, you talk to me. So it is me you are helping. You are not there.
To
you are
help
not
my
there.
children and my
No.
husband.
It is my job.
Merci.
Secondly, I also make sure that the little time I have is just for my family.
Good.
So we still do our games, we still go on holidays, I still visit my children's schools, I still talk to their teachers, we still do a lot of family activities,
Get-togethers.
eating together, making sure, I know they wish they could have more,
Yeah.
but the little time I have, I make sure that it is indeed, it's a family. And I don't work too much at home, no. It's purely about the family.
Family.
Yes, please.
All right. You're watching us. She's doing it. It hasn't been easy, but yet she's found a way so that she can be the professional, a career woman that she is, and still be a mother, a partner, a wife, and a sister to the many that, encounter her and, enjoy her presence. you watching us can also do it.
Amen.
So there's no excuse to sit home and feel sorry for yourself and say that, oh, I don't have it. You need to seek and find it because
sir.
it is there. If you're not looking for it, you're giving excuses. The excuse is not going to help you. So just find what works for you. Like Mrs. Bawah is sharing with us, she's found something that works for her. And so she's having the balance that she needs. So nothing is stopping her from getting to the skies because that's where she's heading to right now. And you can do it as well. The essence of this interview is to actually get closer to this beautiful woman, to know what makes her who she is, tap into what we can also learn from her, so that together we can empower each other. That's really the essence for this today's profiling of Mrs. Bawah for me. And so I want to believe that watching us, she is being an inspiration to you and you are taking something out of her story. Abiola, you launched your book. You know, the title of your book speaks volumes. And you must be coming from somewhere to put a 250, what's the word? Weddings together and title it the dark. Oh,
Chosen from the darkness.
yes, that's deep. What inspired the title of the book?
I just took a good look back and I asked myself, but for his grace, but for his choosing, for his stretching his hand just to pick me up. Because Ayesha, when I look back, I don't have classmates. I don't have anybody I can go to. If I go to that community today, I can go back and say, oh, Ayesha was my classmate.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
There is none. And I cannot tell you, my grandfather left me a big cocoa farm. That's how come I'm here.
No
so
way.
I look at that journey and I realize that it is just his outstanding grace that actually elevated or removed me from that.
That's right. That's right.
Number two, a lot of my younger nieces have grandchildren. They are old. They are virtually,
Wow.
you know, with all humility, it is purely for my background that I look and I'm like, I could have been in this darkness too.
That's right.
Because I believe when God picks you up, He lightens your path. And all this path that I have moved in, there's been that light on it. And so when I compare where I am today and I look at where I am coming from, I see an unprecedented mercy. I can't explain it. How did I warrant this?
That's right.
And so I just believe that God, I'm not here because somebody worked it.
No.
I am here because God in his own infinite judgment decided that, look, I'm picking this girl up
Woman up.
and separating it because I didn't deserve that. And there was nobody I could say that was paying my school fees and was talking to my parents. And there were a lot of vices that came my way. And I asked myself, so why didn't I fall? If you read the book very well, I told you about a friend that I went to Jempisco with, and she decided to follow the Kokompe boys and became a prostitute.
A prostitute.
She was my best friend. Why didn't I follow her? And it wasn't like there was a pastor guiding anything.
You, nothing.
So it can only be God. And so those were the things that I put together to say that, look, I was actually chosen. And yes, sir, I didn't deserve it. No.
Well, I think you deserve it. I think that whatever it is you are today, you earned it.
Amen.
Through a dent of hard work
Amen.
and perseverance.
Amen.
I believe so. And so the book is out.
Yes, it is.
It is launched. I'm still reading that book because, you know, you read it and you go back. For me, that's what is happening to me. And it's as if you didn't capture it well. So I want to go back and recapture, just to be sure this is what has happened, you know, and that's your journey.
Yeah.
And if one doesn't know you, just reading your book, it makes one feel like they really know you and like they've really encountered you. And that's beautiful as well, because I'm sure that a lot of people would pick the copy of a book. They probably might never see you in their life, but they would forever feel like a part of
Amen.
your journey. That's how this book relates to me, you know, in so many ways, and it's done. So the proceeds of this book, you want to give back to the girl child.
Yes.
Because of, again,
Yes.
your story.
Yes, please.
How is that coming up?
It's coming up very well. When we launched the book, we have sold the first 1,000. We are going for another 1,000. We are in the process of printing another 1,000.
Okay.
I've been approached by
The first 1,000 is gone.
Yes, it's gone.
Wonderful.
I've been approached by a French publisher.
Okay.
They want to translate
it into French. Beautiful.
Because he read the English version.
Nice.
And he wants to push it out. It's currently on Amazon.
That's right.
We are in the process of putting them in the bookshops.
Good.
It's in all the UBA branches. And the proceed is going to go to the girl child. The first thing we want to do this year, by September, October, we want to be able to come up with 100 girls.
Okay. Yeah.
Girls who are brilliant but needs a little help. There are quite a number in our environment. Ayesha, for the girl child, it is not just about school fees. Because I was able to pay my school fees.
But the other
But
things.
I was far from knowing exactly what I was doing there.
Yeah.
I mean, girls walking around speaking English with, you know, their parents. They were just talking about, I'm in London, I'm going to, and I didn't know anything about that. Exactly. And so I wasn't a part of them, man. I'm going to my village where I'll be the reigning queen, you know. So
local champion.
And here I was with these small girls, you know, always speaking English through their teeth.
Imagine.
So I wasn't really, but it took people, it took women for me to look at people I could relate to, people I could look up to. There was a woman called Mrs. Bampo who took me to her house, who used to come and take permission from my mom that can Abiola come and spend days with us? And that Ayesha, in that home, I realized that levels are not the same.
Different levels.
This is a community, well, you know.
People are well brought up and stuff like that.
Fork and knife,
that's
good
right.
food, table.
You like to eat with your
then
fingers.
I realized that no. Where I'm coming from,
world.
there's
a problem.
And I believe those were the things that fixed my feet into school.
Right. That's
so Ayesha, we need to be out there for the girl child. I believe that as many people as hear our stories, read that about us, they'll be more encouraged, and they'll be willing to dare.
That's right.
The truth today, you ask me if it's still a man's world. Even the men, they are aware that these girls are weak. Okay, the opportunities are all out there, but the problem is the girl child needs to
be empowered.
Empower and take up the empowerment. We are not even grabbing the little that is given to us. So the girl child will then have that daring spirit to say, gone are the days that if you become an MD, the whole world wants to celebrate you because you are a female MD. Today there are a lot of female MDs. So it means it's no longer enough.
Yes.
Today we are talking about regional CEO. But it's not enough.
No, we want group.
We want group.
That's right. And we're
very
soon.
Our group. We want presidency.
We are getting it. Go. There we go.
So you see, so we need
That's
to.
The spirits.
We need
That's
to. The men. We can't blame the men any longer.
No, we're not blaming
because they are no longer fighting us.
No.
Even when they are fighting us, it's because they haven't seen excellence in you. Once they see the excellence in you, they'll give it to you.
Give it to you.
So the girl child must improve on himself, and we must be willing to sacrifice.
The word is sacrifice.
Sacrifice.
What an informative show we've had today. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up with Mrs. Bawah. We'll be right back.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Aquaba is the feeling of joy when you know you are home, where you sleep in luxury and comfort, and wake up to the breeze of the Atlantic Ocean. Aquaba, to Labadi Beach Hotel, where the food is fresh and the smiles are genuine. Now you know you are home. Ghana's finest 5-star hotel, Labadi Beach Hotel. The legacy lives on.
It's Ayesha on the A Show.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, goodness, you have missed a lot. We have a few more minutes to go and wrap up. I'm here with the beautiful Mrs. Abiola Bawah, the Group CEO of UBA Bank. No, Group CEO.
Regional CEO.
Sorry, so we'll take that again.
Obi Post.
Some person me the group in the mouth. Who's that?
Obi Post.
Me person me the mouth. Yeah, pamo. Almost stroke ra.
Obi Post.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, yes, you are. You are still watching the A Show. It's a beautiful episode because I'm here with the beautiful Mrs. Abiola Bawah. If by now you haven't heard about this name, I don't know which part of the continent you're living in, because this woman is everywhere by His grace.
Amen.
She is the regional CEO of UBA, and she is vying for the Group CEO. How nice! I like that. I like the energy, and she's been talking to us about her life's journey, her success story. She's had down moments, don't even get it twisted. She's a human being, so yes, she's had it all. She's cried when she had to. I'm not even sure about that, because this woman is too strong that nothing actually breaks her easily. That's beautiful. Mrs. Bawah. Yes. But you've cried before, haven't you? Plenty. I still do. You still do, Abby? That makes you human. Exactly. So she's not a superwoman, but she is in her own way, because she's been able to go look beyond the odds, and here she is, and she's saying that your presidency, someone watch out. When you think it, you can do it. I believe that, and I have so much believe in you. So wrapping up, the foundation is doing well. Regional CEO, you've already turned 17 banks that were doing bad. You've turned 15 already into a success story. 2 more to go. Home fronts, beautiful. Kids growing very well. Are they the kind of children that you had asked the Almighty to bless you with?
Very well.
They make you proud as a mother?
Too much.
Beautiful.
Too much.
Beautiful.
Sometimes I think that if there's anything, the greatest part of my success story is my kids.
Oh.
Yes.
That's so beautiful.
Very obedient, very respectful. In fact, when you see them and you put them near me, you ask yourself,
okay,
where is this one?
Where is this the nuts from?
Very, they are very quiet and
really
humble. So God has been faithful, and they are very studious. They are learning hard. They are making me very proud. I can't ask for more.
You can't ask for more.
Yes, I can't ask for more.
You can ask for more.
Can't ask for more.
That's very good to hear.
They keep away from the social vices. So what else can a mother ask for?
You can ask for more grace, more favor,
God has
and
been good.
more wisdom.
God has been good.
I declare that upon your life.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
And when we're engaging you, you actually said to me that you love Tego Sisters. You also said that one of your gospel artists is Noble Linketia. I need to just let this out. It's a shame that I wasn't able to bring any of them here for you, because the essence was to actually celebrate you as we also hear your life story, and also to just put that smile on your face, by honoring our invitation. Unfortunately, we are not able to bring them here. Nasi was actually supposed to be here for you, actually. So we're actually going to surprise you with Nasi. But the A Show has a band, and so whether they did come or not, we are still going to give you your favorite arts, so that at least it makes up for their not being able to come here.
No problem.
So there's a segment where we just celebrate you and say enjoy this performance from the band. And then when we come back, you give us your final words, and then we can wrap up. So I hope that you enjoy this.
One year,
Oh, Lord of mercy.
Beautiful.
Abiola, did you enjoy that?
I really did.
Oh, Lord.
I really did.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
very
much.
God richly
I'm
bless
glad that
you.
you enjoyed it.
Thank
and
you.
we couldn't let the A show band just go to waste. They are equally good. And
Thank
so
you.
even though we could not do the surprise that we really wanted for you, I'm happy that you enjoyed
Oh,
this.
I really did. Tego Sisters is one of my...
I know that you
They are my
love them.
sisters.
You love them. On another day, we'll bring you here and they will just come and perform for you. They'll just
Amen.
perform. I'm sure. I know
Amen.
that Lydia and Elizabeth would
Amen.
love to do this for you as well.
Amen.
So thank you so much for.
Thank you, dear.
Today I'm actually going to do Ayesha moments with Mrs. Bawah. It's beautiful. She's a sister, and so before we leave you finally, she has a few words to share with you. And so I'm going to leave her to actually do the first signing off. So Abiola, that is your camera. Take it. The young women watching us, inspire them.
Okay.
Inspire them for us.
My younger sisters, I just want to let you know that hard work works and there is no straight line to success. Whatever you are going through now and whatever difficulty you go through in your career, in your marriage, is part of the success story.
That's right.
Just take it, endure it, because it's part of the ingredient to success. Thank you. God bless you.
You heard it. She's seen, done it. She's telling you it is possible. You
Yes.
can do it.
Yes.
I am also here to tell you that if you think it, you can do it.
Yes, please.
She's a success story right here.
Amen.
and so and still moving forward. She doesn't think that she has arrived. So who are you to sit there and complain when you can actually get up there and do the best that you can? In all of us, the Almighty has given us something. It's in there. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking for it, because within you is a success story yet to come out and shine, just like our sister is doing right now.
God bless you.
I love you for watching, and remember, doing what is right today means no regrets tomorrow.
Thank you.
Let's learn to do right by each other and by ourselves. I thank you so much for watching. I love you for watching. And from Mrs. Bawah and myself, we say thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.